2020 Finance Meeting. And we're going to get started with Health and Human Services, authorization for the Youth Bureau to accept funding from the New York State of Children and Family Services for the 2020 fiscal year. The total allocation has already been budgeted for.
Move it,
I'll move
Fury.
it.
Second, Fury.
Okay, who did the first on it?
Matt.
Matt, okay, and then second, Rob, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, second one is also from the Health and Human Services, authorization for the Office for the Aging to renew contracts with various providers. And there was a list of various providers underneath, I believe.
Mhm.
Sterling,
Is there-
motion.
Okay, Sarah made a motion. Do we have a second?
Scalera.
Rick seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Number 3, Health and Human Services to transfer funds from connections for caregivers to postage, supplies, janitorial, and nutritional supplies.
I'll move it, Morel.
Matt, we have Matt in a motion. Second,
Sterling,
Sarah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 4, again with Health and Human Services, authorization to move vehicle into surplus.
I'll move that, Fury.
Rob made a motion. Do I have a second?
Scalera.
Rick seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And Jimmy,
Okay.
have you looked around? Is this something we don't need someplace else?
I'm sorry?
I say, have you looked around? Do you know this vehicle? Is it something that we don't need in someplace else?
Yeah, actually,
Somebody-
I did poke around a little bit about
Okay.
it.
right.
Probably, I was looking at these this morning, and I don't think that we have a place for it
Okay.
at this point.
I know it worked out one other time. That's all.
Yeah, no, I already did. Thanks, Rob.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Health and Human Services also authorization to contract with vendors for 2021. There's a list of all the different vendors, totaling up to a total of 2,913,266.
This is a repeat. We do this every year. I'll move it, Fury.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second, Scalera.
Rick seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Again, Health and Human Services, authorization for the Board of Supervisors to contract with psychiatric consultant Carlos Valley, MD, on behalf of the Department of Human Services, DHS Clinic.
Sterling, I'll move it.
Sarah made a motion.
Second, Morel.
Second, Matt Morrell. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 7, Health and Human Services, authorization for the Board of Supervisors to contract with Columbia Memorial Hospital for psychiatric consultation services by Amin Abdul Mid, MD, on behalf of the Department of Human Services. I don't know how close I was to that or not.
I'll move that, Fury.
Okay. Rob moved it. Second,
Sterling,
Sarah, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 8, Health and Human Services, authorization for the Board of Supervisors to contract with consulting psychiatric nurse practitioner for 21 hours per week for 6 months. Is there,
I was just, I had a conversation with Dan Almasi not too long ago.
Yep.
And I think he was thinking about reducing that to 3 months.
okay,
And using the difference to help fund that position that we talked about in the budget work group,
Right.
So I'm not
that's what I
sure.
was kind of wondering about. What do we want to do?
I would suggest we pull it for the time being, and if it's a revised resolution, we can do it right before the board meeting.
I
Okay.
think we're doing a special one anyway because of the appointments to the Community Services Board or something.
Yep,
Remember, Dan was researching something, and I think this was the other resolution he was going to amend and bring them both together at the special.
okay. So I would pull this one.
All right, let's pull this one. I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, I make a motion to pull it.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
Rob,
Yuri.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, we're gonna pull that for now. Okay, another one, Health and Human Services. Authorization for the Board of Supervisors to recontract with Columbia Green Community College on behalf of the Department of Human Services for provision of a on-site mental health services.
I'll move that.
You have a motion?
Sterling, second.
Sarah, second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 10, Health and Human Services. Authorization for the Department of Human Services to re-enter into a contract with Coordinated Care Services, Inc. on a limited basis not to exceed $4,500 for 2021 financial consulting.
I'll move it. Morel.
Matt, motion, second.
Sterling, second.
Sarah, second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 11, Health and Human Services. Authorization to renew contract with Cathode Ray Media to pay 50% share of Columbia Green Addiction Coalition, CGAC website maintenance fee.
I'll move it, Bury.
Rob made a motion. Is there a second?
Sterling, second.
Sarah Sterling seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 12, Health and Human Services. Authorization for the Board of Supervisors to renew Chatham Central School District's Wellness Campaign contract on behalf of the Department of Human Services.
I'll move it. Morel.
Second.
Motion, Rick Scalera seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Another one, Health and Human Services, authorization to contract with Bondeo Group for processing of HIPAA risk assessment adult audit services, excuse me.
I'll move it, Bury.
Rob made a motion.
Second, Scalera.
Rick seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Another one, Health and Human Services, authorization to renew the existing Upper Hudson Planned Parenthood Department of Human Services contract, which includes psychiatric consultation services and social work supervision consultation. Is this
I'll move
partially paid for also? From,
Yeah, I would say so. Through either the mental health, the state funding, or through the salary share.
okay. Did you make a motion, Matt?
Yeah, I'll make that motion, yeah.
We have a motion.
Sterling,
Second.
second.
Sarah Sterling, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Moving on to public safety. Request authorization for Columbia County to renew contracts with 4 arraignment attorneys.
I'll move that, Bury.
Rob made a motion.
I'll second it, but I'd like to know, do you know, Rob, or anybody from that committee? I assume that a lot of this money didn't get used this past year because of courts being shut down. Do we know that, or did it all get used?
No, they were still doing arraignments, and they did do it they have been doing it this year. You know, and we get a report from the public defender every month on the number of arraignments that are done. So people are still getting arrested. You know, this is for the nighttime court.
Yeah, did this money get used this year though, or?
My understanding is that those 4 attorneys were, Matt, were there 4 or did we go down to 3?
I believe there were 3, and I think it went up to 4, but they were all, you know, they're on a contractual basis.
Right.
I believe that it was all used
Yeah, they get paid whether they work or not. You know, that's a pretty good job.
because they're on call. all the time.
Right,
Right.
okay.
Okay.
Did we pass that?
So we had, Rob made the motion, I believe, right?
We have a motion and a second.
And Ron
Ron seconded.
seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Ron, if I could, Jim, before Ron, at the public safety meeting, Shane gave us a list of all the courts for at least for the last quarter.
They're posted to the website.
Okay.
Okay.
I just had thought, I read that and I assumed that it was slower this year, so.
In some areas it has been slower, but, in other areas, it's still the same. People do get arrested.
There's still a lot of arrests and a lot of applications to the public.
We arrest them, then we just let them go anyway, right? So,
But they have to be arraigned, so
yeah.
that's what these
Unfortunately,
attorneys are for.
Good
All
point,
right,
Jimmy.
the program, so just seeing how it works.
okay, we'll continue on, public safety. Resolution requests authorizing the Board of Supervisors to adopt a local law imposing the wireless communications surcharges pursuant to the authority of the tax law 186-G.
I'll move that, Gary.
Rob made a motion. I have a second.
Sterling.
Second, Rick.
Sarah Sterling seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, next one is, again, public safety. Request Director of 911 to enter into an agreement with Priority Dispatch to provide license, service, and support for 3 years at a cost of $7,680 to be billed annually.
I'll
Is there
move
any-
it.
Rob made a motion. Any discussion? Second?
I think Matt made the motion.
Okay,
I'll
I'm
make the
sorry.
second. I'll make the
Matt.
second.
Okay, Matt made the motion, seconded by Rob. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Sarah, did you want to say something? I didn't hear.
No, it's just clearing my
Okay.
throat.
Okay. Number 18, public safety, request approval to accept a crackdown grant from Governor's Traffic Safety Council in the sum of $17,000.
I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have Rob made a motion, seconded by Ron. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
What the hell's a crackdown grant?
It's a stop DWI patrols.
So,
You got to give it a fancy name because they didn't give us that much money.
no.
How much normally was it?
I thought it was, like around 30,000 or so.
So did I,
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah. So we're gonna reduce the amount. We're gonna give you a fancy name.
Okay, all right. Okay, to move on, public safety authorization to fill a budgeted vacant deputy sheriff sergeant position.
I'll move that.
Okay, we have a motion.
I'll second.
Ron seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, carried. Public safety again, authorization to fill a vacant budgeted deputy sheriff investigator position.
I'll move that, Morel.
Matt
Second.
made a motion, seconded by Rick. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
This is the special victims unit that deals with sex abuse
Right.
crimes and things like that. So
Right,
elder abuse.
we went
It's
through it.
reimbursed by New York State as well.
Right. Okay. Public safety, authorization to fill a vacant budgeted full-time correction officer.
I'll move that.
Rob made a motion, second.
Second, Morel.
Matt, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Other public safety, authorization for a sheriff vehicle to be declared surplus property and sent to the county auction. That's that Tahoe.
I'll move it.
Matt made a
Morel.
motion.
Sterling, second.
Sarah seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. County government, appointing the Region Number 3 member to the Columbia County Planning Board.
I'll move it, Gary.
Second.
Okay, We have a motion, Rob, second it.
Rick did.
Rick,
Okay, Rick, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, who they put on there? Who did they, I didn't,
Mallory Moore.
okay. Okay. Appointing the region number 1 member, the Columbia County Planning Board.
I'll move it.
second Scalera.
Okay, Ron Knott made a motion, seconded by Rick. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. County government, again, authorization for the chairman of the Board of Supervisors to enter into contracts, Delta Dental and Emblem Health for vision and dental insurance plans for Columbia County employees for 2021.
I'll move that. You're right.
Rob made a motion.
Sterling, second.
Sarah Sterling seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. 26, county government, requesting authorization for the Director of Human Services to transfer $5,095.50 from the Human Services 2020 annual budget, number 1 line item for summer youth laborer salaries to Health Department for reimbursement of the salaries paid out of the department's .1 budget for the summer youth program in 2020.
I'll move that.
Second,
Okay, Ron Knott made a motion, seconded by Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
This,
Carried.
this was the one summer youth we hired because he was experienced in health department and he helped with the
Right.
pandemic response. So,
Hey, I remember we went through that.
mhm.
Okay, still in county government, authorization for the officials designation to approve New York State real property tax law corrections or errors less than $2,500.
I'll move that. You're right.
Okay, motion, Rob,
Sterling, second.
Sarah Sterling, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Number 28, county government, authorization for the county attorney's office to transfer funds. Buy some law books.
Yes, the annual subscription.
Yeah.
I'll move that. You're right.
Rob
It's for
made a
the,
motion.
it's for all the lawyers in the county, or county employees.
Right,
Mhm.
so we have a
I'll
motion,
second it.
Ron Knott seconded it, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 29, Public Works. A resolution is requested authorizing the chairman of the Columbia County Board of Supervisors to extend for an additional 1 year the termination date for county contract number C41618 on-call airport engineering services 2019 between Presario Associates and Columbia County.
And it'll go to now on to ProAct.
I'll move it.
Okay, Ron made a
All right, thank
motion.
you, I appreciate it.
Sterling. second.
Sarah Sterling seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Number 30, we're in Public Works. Resolution is requested authorizing the chairman of Columbia County Board of Supervisors to execute a supplemental agreement, number 2, the professional services contract between Barton and LaJudas of Albany, New York and Columbia County in the amount of $1,580 for additional construction inspection services associated with the replacement of County Route 16 Hollywood Creek and Roxbury Aquawam Creek in the town of Claverack. And this will actually save us more money in the long run.
Well, this one, Jimmy, this is the concrete testing one. This was the $1,500 one.
Right,
The other one was the one that would save us some more money in the long run. But
that's true. You're right. Do we have a motion?
I'll move it.
Ron moved it, second.
Sterling.
Sarah, second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, 31, Public Works. A resolution requested authorizing the chairman of the Columbia County Board of Supervisors to execute a supplemental agreement, number 1, to professional services contract between Barton and LaJudas and Columbia County in the amount of $22,318 for additional design phase services. Services with the reconstruction of Valley View, Fish Brook in the town of Kopek. My computer kind of got messed up there. But yeah, this is the one that's going to save us quite a bit of money.
Right.
If I was right, Ron, like
Yep.
$150,000 or something?
Yeah, he was estimating between $150,000 and $200,000 and then some longevity things, so.
Yeah.
So it's a good plan.
Yeah.
I'll move it.
Okay, Ron moved it. We have a second.
Second.
Rick seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, finance. Authorization for the controllers, Mass Transportation Department to declare bus C2 2011 Ford as surplus property with a VIN number. It's got a lot of miles on it, and it's not worth fixing. We looked into it.
Yeah, so we're just putting this through to put it up for auction like we do all the other buses that go off the streets.
Yeah, this one's not worth what they want to
Yeah.
Can we have a moment of silence for C11? C2, rather.
It served its purpose.
Okay, moment of silence is over. Motion.
I'll make it.
Okay, Rick made a motion. Second.
Sterling.
Sarah seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, carried. All right, to finance, we have another one to approve the 2020 Vensky Cost Allocation Contract Services. It says disapproved, cost of $14,000 will be included in the 2020 budget.
It is included in the 2020 and 2021 budget.
Okay,
Vineski does our cost allocation, which comes into play specifically for Department of Social Services, so we can claim costs back to the state, to the federal government, and also the health department, so they can also do the claiming. And they also do the space allocation cost for the county too. So it steps down all the costs that my office, or let's say Michael's office, across the county offices and so forth for that. And we did RFP this a couple of years ago, and what I like to do is about every 5 years I do go out for RFP for professional services.
okay.
I'll move it, Morel.
Matt made a motion, seconded by Ron Knott. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Finance again. Authorization to award the bid for meat products to Ginsburg, Cisco, Worley Foods for the period of January 1st through February 28th, 2021.
On behalf of Rick Keaveney, I will make the motion.
Matt made a motion. Second. Ron,
Yep.
you second? Yep. Ron not seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 35, finance, authorization to award the bid for baked goods to Bimbo Bakeries, Blimbo Bakeries for the period January 1st through December 31st.
Is that Bimbo?
Look, I can't see
Yeah,
it clear.
Bimbo.
Blimbo.
It's Bimbo, B-I-M-B-O, Bimbo.
Oh,
You're
Bimbo, there
right.
you go.
You're right the first time.
I was right the first time. Bimbo Bakeries. Jeez. I like to see the bakeries, the bakers, I should say.
I'll move that.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, number 36, finance. Authorization to award the bid for milk and dairy products, both fresh portion of Part 1 and frozen portion Part 2, to Sickaway Creamery for the period January 1st through December 31st, 2021.
I'll move it.
Sarah made a motion, second. We have a
They want
second.
milk? Come on.
I'll second it, Morel.
Matt Morrell, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
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 I thought
Opposed?
Matt got lost in the city.
Yeah, working around in the city too much, is right.
Yeah.
Okay, carried. Public Works, we're back to Public Works here. Authorization for the facilities to declare a vehicle surplus and send to auction. This was the international box truck also. This had a lot of miles on it.
226,000.
Yeah,
I'll move it, Morel.
I'll
Matt
second
made
it.
a motion, seconded by Ron Knott. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
That's the last one.
Ron, wasn't there a pickup truck or something from,
There was
Say what?
this resolution originally, and then we added the box truck, and I just see that it's not there.
I don't see that truck there, but we'll just do it next month. It's no rush,
What?
but
What truck?
So the resolution that came before us last night had the pickup truck, had Brian's old two-wheel drive pickup truck, and then we added this international box truck from Board of Elections to it.
This was the only one that was added last night that I got from the Public Works meeting.
Okay.
all right. Well, we can do it next month, or if we have a special finance, we can add it to it maybe, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, was that the truck we moved the voting machines with?
This is the truck we moved the voting machines with, but Brian had actually come to Public Works with a resolution to get rid of
A two-wheel drive.
more a two-wheel drive pickup truck.
Okay, I missed that one from Public Works last night to Finance today. So you guys passed it last night at Public Works.
We
It's
did.
authorization for facilities to declare truck number 4F
Yeah,
as
that's it.
surplus and sell at auction. So
I'll
if you
move
guys
that.
want to bid on it, I'll do it.
Okay.
Second, Rick.
I'll move.
All right. Matt
Okay.
made a motion, seconded by Rick Sclera. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, I think we got them all. Is there any other discussion? If not, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much and be
Right.
safe.
Yeah,
You
you
too,
too, everybody.
Yeah,
Take care,
everybody have a
everybody.
nice Thanksgiving.
Did we have a motion? We need a
Hold on.
motion to
Oh, yeah.
adjourn.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. How's that?
Ron Knott made a motion to adjourn, second.
Sterling.
Sarah made a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Now you
Take care,
cannot
everybody.
eat too much.
All right, bye-bye.